to class. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about your ears and how they affect your singing. Now, sometimes you probably have heard somebody tell you, oh, you're singing off key. Or you've heard somebody complain about somebody that they're singing off key. Now, when you hear someone sing off key, the problem is not the voice. The problem is the ear. You need to be able to hear right. You need to be able to hear to distinguish the difference between notes when you are being given maybe an intro to a song or someone is giving you a note to sing. You must be able to hear that note right and replicate what you can hear. If you cannot hear right, you can't sing right. So your ear you have to get to a place where you're familiar with every note that we have, especially the tonics of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. You should be able to get familiar with every of the single notes on different keys. So sometimes I've had encounter with some singers where you give them a note. Say, for example, so I'm going to strike a C. Now, instead of giving me this note back, they sing something like or I tell them, okay, so it's do. Instead of giving me the same note, they say the right note, but they sing the wrong one. So they go something like do. Now, if you cannot, as I'm speaking right now, you watching this video, if you cannot see the difference, if you cannot feel or you cannot differentiate between this and if what I'm singing and this note sounds the same to you, then you are the one I'm talking to right now. You should be able to tell the difference between this note and this note. This note and that note. You need to be able to tell that they are different. If this sounds the same as this, you don't think they are different, like this and this, they sound the same to you, then you need to work on your ears. Now, you're probably tone deaf, or maybe you just haven't worked your ears to a point where they can recognize the notes. Now, it's not the end of the world. You can work on it. Now, how do you do that? You need to run the tonic software every day, every morning. It has to be your daily regimen for your voice, because you want what you hear. It's sometimes something about the brain. For some people, it's a permanent error. They just don't hear it. But for some, it can be corrected. Now, you won't know if you can be corrected or not if you don't try. So what you do is get familiar with all the notes. Now, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I would recommend at this point that you get a vocal coach, because sometimes people who are tone deaf, they don't even know that they are tone deaf. People who are singing the wrong notes, they don't know. The reason they are singing it wrong is because they're not hearing it right. So you need someone to tell you, oh, okay, no, you're hitting the wrong note. You're giving me back the wrong note. So you need to get someone who will help you to monitor your progress. Tell you, okay, you're improving or you're doing it right. Now, if you have a keyboard, last class I told you to get a piano on your phone. Now, these are some of the things you can do with that. If you have a piano on your phone, just hit a note and sing back what you can hear. Now, listen and make sure that what you are singing is the same as what your piano is giving you. Now, if you do that every day, your mind begins to recognize these notes. You need to get familiar. You need to get familiar with them. You need to know them to a point where you hear a note, you can tell, oh, that's that note. Oh, this is this other note. Do you understand? So that is because if you don't get these right, you're going to sing wrong. If you have a chord, if you are given a chord, if you don't know the notes that make up the chord, how would you even be able to get the root note of the chord? Then from there, you'll be able to tell what key you're singing on, and then you'll be able to sing right. So if you don't get this right, you will continue to sing off key. You will continue to drift. Some people start singing right, they start singing on the wrong key, but as they sing, they drift, and they don't know they are drifting because, the ears are not particularly, sensitive, so you need to work on the sensitivity of your ears. Your ears have to be right. So let me just give you one of the exercises you can do. For example, you can, I went to the market to buy some stuff. I went to the market to buy some stuff. I went to the market to buy some stuff. I went to the market to buy some stuff. So you continue to do that and run it all the way and run it back. That way your mind, what you're doing, you're just singing the same do 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 on D. That's E. So you continue to move and then you begin to sing it like that to yourself and hear yourself sing it. Like I said, get a vocal coach if you need to. Get someone who will help you. Maybe the keyboardist in your church or a friend who is a pianist or someone who can help you to monitor and make sure that you're doing it right. All right? So that's how much we can go today. You need to work on your ears. Do not forget, without hearing right, you cannot sing right. So go ahead and work on your ears, work on the notes, get familiar with them, and I'm going to see you next class. Bye.